All right, so today's video, we're watching a Gold 4 tank. They said this is the first game they have ever played where their teammates blame them while the enemy team generally said they were carrying. So which one was it? Come find out, because they have no clue. They're newer to tank, but trying to flex Q more this season, so naturally D.Va is the character they gravitate to. Overall, they think they played first point poorly, but after that, locked in and felt like they did well. This game was also ranged from Gold 5 to Diamond 3, so a very large mix of skill in the game. Oh, and this game was on EU servers, and they're on 130 ping. Either way, this was a banger, with all the DPS getting over 20,000 damage and the Pharah getting over 36,000. Wild ride of a game, enjoy. So here's a question. Are they carrying or are they not carrying? That is the question. Here we go.
Attackers incoming. Combat protocol activated. Stop the payload. Enemies on the payload. Let's get them.
All right, you're playing. By the way, I want you to think about value that you're getting. Play closer. Like, don't play closer now. Play closer at the beginning around the corner where the stairs are at. Like the other stairs. This is just like, you're doing nothing here. Now you'll do something, but like, you don't want to start here. Thankfully, you have a Life Weaver who's saving you. Don't fly back in, though, by the way. Be careful. Yep. Oh, yeah. That was the play. Don't fly back in. You did say you had a tough first point, so we'll give you that, but you got to be careful there. Okay, now you're on retake. Be careful here. Watching what you're doing. You're fine for now. Don't back away. You want to give yourself a second opportunity here. You want to... This is... Wow, that was... Okay, wonderful. So your Sojourn's the one that has to go to point while you're backing away. So already, yeah, you're misplaying a little bit on D.Va here. You did say that, though. So, but yeah, you got to be... You have to be the one to contest there. Like, there's no reason why you just back up, stare at the cart, and go there. You had plenty of time. You were able to do that. 1,000%. 1,000%. Now you got rolled. I play corners now. Remember, each time that you're playing tank, it's about not standing in the middle of the open. And this is fine, by the way. Your approach is fine here. You're playing corners. You're making it harder for them to get some value. This is good. This is good. Whoa. Stop trying to DM the Widow shots at that point. You have two options. You keep the Roadhog at bay for a little bit, or you go into the back line and you kill the Widow. You don't sit there and DM the Widow across the map while doing nothing while letting your teammate die to the Roadhog. Did you see what I'm saying? You got to make that option beforehand. You get the Widow, but my point is the Roadhog never should have gotten the limb on the point to begin with. Also, if you find yourself flying past people because your flight's still going, just hit the flight button again. Now we'll stop the D.Va flight. Ulting up in the air is good. That should get somebody, actually. No. The Kiriko might have TP'd. I think they did. Got lucky the Kiriko missed their shots. Wait for it. Yeah, I think I use hold to fly, too. Whatever the default is I use. I forgot what button I used. Stop doing that. You're not stopping your flight, so you just go right into their backline. But I don't even know how to explain what you're doing. Like, don't do that. You want to stop at a certain point. Yeah, rockets are important to use. Yeah, I will say, without the Life Weaver, there's been multiple times where you probably are going to fall over. DM your Pharah. You had the idea there, but the Life Weaver pulled him, which actually was a fine play. See? Yeah, right now, your #1 issue on D.Va, by the way, is your flight control. I just want to point that out. Your flight control right now is not ideal. 1,000% not ideal. Okay, not bad. Yeah, you overcommit too much. You gotta stop doing that. Like, you're literally... This is your playstyle on D.Va. Do I have flight? If so, fly into their backline. You don't want to do that. The D.Va's about, like, controlling parts of the map, not just dive in their backline, and that's it. I would not do that. You know, you said the other team said you were carrying. Did they say what team? Did they confirm what team they were referencing? Oh, you said attack? Okay, we'll see. All right, here we go. Yeah, what you're doing, by the way, and this can be, you can practice in the training range. Like practice just like flying somewhere as D.Va, and then stopping where you're flying, like learn how to stop at a certain point without just going into their backline, overcommit. I'm okay with you hiding there to remech. You can also use your rockets a bit more. Because, like, yeah, a lot of D.Va will be like, you fly into somewhere, and then you hit the button again as you get to a spot. You just keep flying past them. Cheswick, thanks for the 2 months of the Phoenix Prime. So thank you, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, Hero Mastery is good for that, too. You can practice there. Yeah, that's why I think the Hero Mastery can be underrated sometimes. If you're learning a new hero, I think eventually when they get all of the heroes in Hero Mastery, it'll actually be really cool to have. Because then, like, players can learn, like, it's basically a tutorial that Overwatch never had. Because Overwatch tutorials right now is like, turn on your monitor and you will be able to, you know, play the game. And it's like, wow, thank you. That's wonderful. Great. Wonderful. We're watching, retaken, on the cart. Good job DMing your Pharah. That was clearly communicated. Nice job. By the way, people will sometimes see me do that and they'll be like, oh, that was your own Pharah. What are you doing? You kidding me right now? You're absorbing that. You're DMing the damage of them shooting at your Pharah. Is it not communicated? You just watch a lot of the stream? Hey, we take that. Because you know that if I see a Pharah going in with the ultimate, I will DM that ult. I will DM that ultimate. So, I respect it. I respect it. Alright? Yep, DMing the heals from Kiriko too. Yeah, DMing heals is huge. I would say your defense matrix usage outside of when, like, you're just randomly spamming it, like, on, like, chip damage has been pretty good. Not the worst. It's really been everything else you've been doing that's been the problem. Okay, I want to teach you something with ult. I'm going to see what you get before I say anything. Okay, yeah. When you're ulting, think about where they can go. So if you throw it too far back, they can run into you. If you throw it close, they can disengage. So you want to find, like, you want to put a little bit of what's the pool terminology? Like a little bit of English on it. You know what I mean? Is that what it is? Like in pool where you have the ball spin a little bit. You can do that with D.Va ult. So you can kind of like, once again, you go into the practice range and you can practice that a little bit. You want to make your D.Va ult kind of like hit the ground so it lands in the middle and you can't predict it. And that is literally something you can do in the practice range. Just go in there, look at the bar when you ult, practice that way, and you'll be in a good spot. That's what I do. Yep. You don't even have to ult from further back. You can aim it into the ground, and it will kind of like slide a little bit. It won't go too far. Basically, that D.Va ult obviously was also mistimed because of the soldier ult, and you said that they had cleanse, but like, there's a few things you can improve on for sure there that I think would definitely benefit you. Now remember, D.Va on this map, I would recommend Sigma. If like you had the opportunity to play Sigma, this is good for Sigma. But every rank will play differently, so the D.Va swap is okay here. I'm okay with that. Yes, so something else you can do. That is not incorrect. If Pharah ults and you have no DM, you can fly like towards your Pharah to absorb, or sorry, this is like you can fly towards your Pharah to absorb damage, but also if you're going up against a Pharah and you have no DM, you can fly into the Pharah and the damage to the suit will actually probably get the Pharah. Right? Slow playing it a little bit here. Yeah, I can already tell if you change the keybind for your D.Va flight and you kind of listen to what I was talking about with that, you're going to already be better at D.Va. One of your number one issues is you just overextend, and I don't even think you're doing it on purpose. It's like You fly in there like 100 miles per hour, and then you try to stop way too late, and you end up just like, you just end up like 5 feet past where you should be, and then you're like, yep. It's your birthday? Have an awesome, have a happy birthday. Have an awesome day. I like how their diva does the same thing. See what I mean? Now, did you see what that diva just did right there? Now, they survived that, but you see how they flew way too far past? That's what you looked like the whole game as diva. See what I'm saying? You said your diva flight was scuffed in the start of Overwatch 2 when they removed the melee to cancel flight? Yeah, that one makes sense. You know what? I'm glad you learned that. You said you learned that from this stream. We love to see it, and I'm sure your DPS loved you for that one, too. Nice job. Wait, your Pharah was the one getting angry at you? I mean, so far you've made their ultimates a lot better. I will say, but no, I'm not talking about the Pharah with that one. You have been playing too aggressive on D.Va. Like your position, and see that D.Va right there? That's you. See that D.Va right there? That's you. That right there is exactly what you've been doing this whole game. How did that look from your point of view? How did that look from your point of view right there? That's been you this whole game. Yeah, exactly. Yep, and then you had a life weaver saving you. See what I'm saying? That's why, like, I think that already you'll improve that way. We will continue to watch this. Let's see what happens. Remember when like people always ask me for D.Va advice? I say 2 things you can really work on is your flight control and your defense matrix management. This is proof of that. Where like your defense matrix management has been great, and because of it, you've had really good plays happen. Your movement has been bad, and then you're getting rolled because your movement's been bad. You see why both of those are so key to getting better at D.Va, and why I don't necessarily talk about like, oh, get good with like your left click, get good with like your rockets, because that's gonna come with the play style. But you can see that right here with like your play style in general. Yeah. All right, here we go. Don't fly into that. We're watching. Now you're playing a bit too defensive, but back up. Your team isn't even there anyway, actually. You shouldn't even be in that team fight. Just regroup. Yeah, this is the right play. This is the right play. Don't ult. Good job. That's the correct play. Use cover here. Use cover. You're almost at suit. Be careful. Now be ready to use cover. Get your suit back. Don't be afraid to ult now. You have an ult time and over the top towards the middle of the cart. Oh, wait. When you play against Soldier, by the way, you don't have to fly right at them. If your teammates are in a good spot, you can wait a second. And that will save you both DM and your cooldown. Okay, you can definitely... Oh, yeah. That's a good ult, actually. Yeah, good ult. It wasn't how I would have ulted that, but it was a good ult. So I have no problem with that. Nice job. Here we go. Careful, 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 careful. Okay, as a tank player, and this goes for any role that you're playing. If you're watching this right now and you're like, oh, what are they doing, etc. Okay, poke damage is where you take like a bunch of chip damage. Like you're taking 20 damage here, 50 damage there, 60 damage there. It helps your supports a lot if you minimize the poke damage you're taking. It's good to take damage in space, but standing in the middle of the open there and losing 700 HP, now your supports have to catch up on heals on you. You might win the team fight, you might lose it, but like make it easier on your supports. Your supports will love that. Also, I love Bob over here. Is this what Bob would be like in, like, Luigi's Mansion? Anyway. Is Ghost Bob? Like... Oh, and there's Bob. Oh, wait, don't be afraid to DM Bob, too. One of the most frustrating things is when you have your teammate make the call out, let's kill Bob, and then you DM Bob for, like, half their HP, and Bob just rolls everybody. You know what I mean? All right. I'm okay with this for now. Go for Soldier. Yep. There you go. Oh, wait, you stopped right there. That's good. You didn't overextend. You stopped at a spot that's in between. That was good. Nice. Good job. Be careful. Uh-oh. All right. Back away. It happens. We're going to call that they have ultimates play, and sometimes you're just going to get rolled during those. We'll call it that, right? That is just going to happen sometimes. All right, so I wouldn't worry about that too much.
They're counting on me.
All right. Wait. You did go too deep there, but like sometimes you're gonna lose team fights just because they have ults. All right, you're lost now. Try to focus a little bit more on what's like in front of you. DM. There you go. You want to DM your teammates. Okay. Something that I think like this will help Diva players sometimes, because I think like sometimes Diva players will do this. They try to wait for the high noon time in. Rely on your teammates to get into a good position in there. DM them out. Does that make sense? So DM them out. Don't like make them go. Yeah. Does that make, you know what I'm saying? And that'll be super helpful. Like DM them out. If they die to the high noon, it's because they didn't wait long enough. And then that's what you were doing. I'm just like showing why that's a good play. Good job DMing your Pharah. If they don't get, if they just stand there and tank the high noon, that's on them. Nice. Good job. Okay. Decent defense. You did a little bit less of the overfeeding, so not bad at all. You did a little bit less of the overfeeding. Remember, sometimes when you play Diva, and I explained this, I think remember when I did the SVB coaching live? When you play Diva, sometimes your teammates become the tank. So you support your teammates with your defense matrix, and like kind of like where you're at in the map, and then you enable them to pop off, which then enables you to pop off. And that goes for any role, right? When you enable your teammates to pop off, it can enable you to pop off. That's how I try to tank, right? Not only will your teammates like be making plays, you'll be making plays because you're helping everybody else make plays. We're currently doing our spectating. Careful positioning. You're in the middle of the open. We've talked about this. Yeah, you're in the middle of the open right here. Look at this. See? You're just sitting here in the middle. Go here. Go over here if you need to. Like, go, like, play walls. Make it harder on them. I would say probably here. You're still going to get shot at. This one they can see over the top. Like, you need to not sit in the middle of the open. You're just asking to get demeched at that point. And I know you're trying to keep your Ashe alive, and I understand that. But sometimes you have to understand that if your teammate overextends and feeds, that's on your teammate. We've talked about that. Remember, you know, sometimes we like watch like for example, we did a Mercy review recently, right? And I talked about how sometimes you have to understand that if your teammate just goes out of position, don't like overfeed just to like go save your teammate who has decided they want to play like all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I do that sometimes too. Vice versa. People will try to save me when I'm out of position, and then vice versa. I do the same. So I understand that. It's going to still happen, and you're still going to do that sometimes. And sometimes it will work, right? But the more that you see why it works and why it doesn't work is where you'll know to make that decision on when you want to overextend to help. Also, you just overextended. Again. Yep. I don't know what's happening here. It looks like you have a Bob. Okay. Uh-oh, your teammate's over-ulted. Your teammate's over-ulted. You have your ult coming up? Don't be afraid to use your ult here. Actually, I would use it sooner than later, like right now. Wait. Hold. DM. Up in the air with your ult, by the way. Okay, over here. Up in the air. Up. Nice ult. Good job. Now remember, where are they going to hide? Okay. Good job. A little bit higher next time. Practice your ults in the range. I'm telling you, you'll get everybody there if you do that right. For the most part. You see how that gets you behind the wall? Kind of? Well, not really behind the wall. You kind of... That was your fault. Nice job. Mercy's low. Don't be afraid to fly into the Mercy to do more damage. You're D-mech, but that's okay. D.Va doesn't have ult, so you can D-mech D.Va without worrying about ult. Reaper on point. Shoot at the Reaper. Reaper's half. Your team should win this. Yeah, your team wins this. Nice. Did you play that okay? Like, that was okay. I'm not... Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst, I'd say. That's reasonable to me, it feels like. Can you win this game? We'll find out. Zarya? This is interesting. On this map? Okay. So your teammates said go Zarya here. Classic. They have a D.Va, therefore you must go something that's good against the other tank and not worry about whatever other... Yep. Classic, right? Yeah, I'd go Sigma here. Yeah, Zarya, you gotta think about what they have. You're not gonna be able to do anything. And that's what I mean, like, your teammates ask you to go Zarya because they want you to just get the D.Va, but, like, it's not always about the matchup 1v1 on tank. I know counter-swapping's, like, a big part of Overwatch, especially in the tank duels, but, like, sometimes it's more than that. Like, you have to get to their team. Like, your D.Va can just fly away if they really want to. It doesn't seem like they want to, so this actually works in your favor, but, like... It's everything else you have to worry about. Someone's above you, by the way. Although I do like you going for the Ana here. A little bit off there. Oh, yeah, you're dead. Out of position. Don't go out of position right there. I like you going for the Ana, but that's why you also have right clicks. You want to right click. I like watching this Torb just hammer this. Oh, right clicks over the top of the roof. You get some damage output in there? Yeah, I mean, this is... your team shouldn't have had you go Zarya. I'm sorry, but, like, and this is... I'm gonna give you some advice on this stuff in a second here, but, like, we're gonna go back a second here. I'm gonna pause for 1 second. This is the stuff I talk about where, like, it is okay to, like, play a certain hero against another tank if it can be super helpful. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's good. But at the same time, it's not good if it's gonna lead to you just playing a map like Circuit Royale Zarya. It's just not a good hero selection on this map specifically. You can make it work in certain situations, but that was your team worrying too much about, like, oh, they have this hero, therefore you must go this hero and that will win. No. You either go Sigma there or you stay on D.Va because it helps against the snipers. For you need to work on one thing. Well, a couple things. One, your flight control was not good. You went out of position too much. You overfed. Your defense matrix management was okay. Can be a little bit of improvement, a little bit better with your rockets. Now, just to talk about one more thing here, you said that your team said you were throwing and the other team said you were carrying. What? Because I don't think you were carrying, and I don't think you were throwing. So what was happening that these teams both saw the polar opposite of whatever was going on this game? How does it even get to the point of you were throwing and you were carrying? Because it was both teams are playing 2 different games or something. I'll tell you that much. Anyway, work on that stuff. You'll see improvement. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. Also, make sure to leave a comment. All that helps. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. You'll see my Discord. That's where you can do that. We also record these live on stream. If you look below the webcam right there, you can see the Twitch chat. We have a lot of fun here, so stop by if you haven't. With that being said, hope you all have an amazing day/night.